Part of the big news this week is that almost all of the Liberals have abandoned their principles because, hey, they can't get elected if they don't. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Well, over the last couple of weeks, we've heard from Liberals who are joining the Liberal leadership race. And today I'd like to focus on a couple of them, particularly Karina Gould and also Chrystia Freeland. Now, both of these candidates, I think, are total frauds. And we'll see from this clip from Power Play how Karina Gould actually justifies lying to Canadians and how now we should trust her.
And Karina Gould is with me here. Hi, Ms. Gould. Pleasure to have you here in studio. Thanks for making the time.
Thanks for having me, Vassy.
I wanted to start off on listening to different MPs as they went into caucus today, and we're sort of keeping track of who's supporting whom. I think at this point, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, you've got 2 MPs supporting you and no cabinet ministers. If your colleagues don't think you should lead the party, why should members?
Well, because, look, it's great that my caucus colleagues are coming out in support of other candidates. I think that's a good thing. I think that we need to have a vibrant party. But at the end of the day, it's the party membership that decides who the leader of the party is. And what I can tell you is that I am hearing from people right across this country who are signing up to the party for the first time or the first time in years because they're excited about my candidacy. We've had hundreds of people raise their hands to say that they want to volunteer, that have donated. You know, in the 5 days since I launched my campaign, we've almost raised $100,000, and this is from grassroots contributors. Like, I don't have the deep pockets of some of the other candidates. These are people who are donating $25 or $200 and really making a difference. So that says to me that there is momentum out there.
Get a load of Vassy's face when she's saying this. Vassy doesn't believe a single thing that Karina is saying, and really listen to how Karina is speaking. She talks like a valley girl or something, like not like a serious politician. She's just almost, giddy without any real direction. So I just wanted to point that out before we carried on.
And I take that point, and I totally understand what you're saying about the grassroots, but I think on the face of it also, when you see the 2 other candidates garnering support from people they've worked with for the last 5 or 10 years, and you're not, like, why would the membership not take something from that? Why aren't you getting that vote of confidence?
And that's a very good question. She doesn't even have support of her own party, but she thinks that she can be a contender for the Liberal Party leadership. Well, actually, I don't care who gets elected. I'm just kind of pointing out how, well, she's a complete dud, and so is Chrystia Freeland, and, well, so is Mark Carney. But you really have to wonder what's going through these people's brains if they think that they are serious contenders, but they don't even have support within their cabinet or members of parliament. That just, to me, is completely ridiculous. It shows a disconnect with reality. And if they're the politicians that we're relying on to run our country, you don't want them to be disconnected with reality.
Well, look, as I said, it's totally up to my colleagues who they decide to support. But I think what I represent is something different. Somebody who is a grassroots politician who does.
Well, enough of that. If I listen to any more of her forced cuteness and valley girlness, then I think I'm going to vomit now. She's just too old to pull that off. And, well, definitely not anyone that I want to see act like that, and certainly not a politician. But let's skip ahead now to why she justified lying to Canadians.
I was a cabinet minister, and we have something called cabinet solidarity. So the conversations that happen in that room stay in that room.
And that's true to a certain extent, but we all know what happened within that room as well. We could see it with the examples from Jody Wilson-Raybould back in the day when she disagreed with the Prime Minister. She didn't follow the party line even in the cabinet room. So she was essentially kicked out of cabinet and eventually had to leave the Liberal Party. So we know that they don't really have a voice of their own. If they speak their own mind, they get tossed. And she's justifying what she said in public by saying it's cabinet solidarity. Well, obviously, she doesn't have the guts to tell people what she truly thinks when her job is on the line. Now, Karina Gould says she's not going to increase the carbon tax, but she's not going to remove it. However, Chrystia Freeland is saying something completely different.
You have said no more carbon tax. Why no more carbon tax?
No more consumer-facing
Consumer carbon tax, pardon me. Yes, yeah.
You know why? Because that's what the people are saying to us. And democracy is about listening to people. It is not about saying, dear Canadians, dear people of Ontario, you are so, so wrong. To be a good leader, you have to listen to people. And that's what we've heard from the people of Ontario and across the country, where people have a consumer-facing price on carbon. They're saying, you know, we don't like it.
And to translate that, she's saying that she can't get elected if there's still a carbon tax. That's all that's really going on here. She's saying that she's listening to people. She's listening to people now, that it matters to her personally because she cannot get elected if she doesn't scrap the tax. She knows that she can't get elected as the leader of the party and that she can't get elected in her riding. So that's why she's scrapping the tax. She went along with it for as long as Trudeau was in power and as long as she was in the good graces of Trudeau. But now that she's not, now that she's on her own, now she can say, hey, I'm going to scrap the tax because basically it's good for her. Make no mistake, these people are complete liars, but we already knew that. But these are my opinions. I'd like to know what you think. Put your comments down below. And while you're at it, please like this video, share with your friends and on social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you never miss another video. Also, please join me on Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube and Rumble for my live stream, where you're invited to join in on the conversation. Finally, if you live on Vancouver Island and you want to get your firearms license, you do require a course. I happen to teach those courses. There are links in the show notes of this video to my website where you can sign up to take a course from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.